You would think it would be a fox desert, chez Lupton. But no, shoot one and two come to the funeral, as they say. He needs to be particularly vigilant at the moment as his pet muntjacs have just given birth and he lost the last youngster to foxes.
We have got a huge population of foxes coming in at the moment, and I don't quite know why. I don't know if it's a case that we have, again, some animal charities around here that are releasing them or what's going on, but we do have a constant stream of foxes coming in because we've been shooting and shooting and shooting, because unfortunately we lost some of our young muntjac a little while ago, and we noticed the other day that another fox had dug its way into the muntjac paddock, and we've just had another little one born. She was born this morning, so we're going to have to try and get on top of the fox that's trying to get in here, because otherwise within the next day or so I'm sure that one will disappear as well. Look at him climb. It's just like a bonobo. So we have organised for this evening's entertainment a rickety bit of scaffolding for David to sit on, whereas I require something, even though I'm a slightly slimmed down version, I still require something a little bit more sturdy. So I've put a sorry, what was that? I didn't quite hear that. I mean, those legs are something else, mate. You know that, don't you? I can't believe you've come round.
Work on the upper body rather than the...
On the upper body, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, your arms are looking very, very gibbon-like. Look at that, beautiful. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have to be sitting for too long before we start seeing the foxes come in. I've baited up out there as well, and I reckon probably just before dark, if not just after, then we'll have our first customer, and hope that that's one of them that's been trying to dig into the paddock.
You've got jogging buttons on.
As we lose the light, we asked Roy about the foxing ammo he now favours after all these years.
With foxes, I've got two favourites. I mean, I've used a lot of different calibers over the years. So started off with on the foxes, started off with the treble 2, tried 223s, and now I've settled on 22 250 and 243. I think both of those are very, very efficient and effective. 50 or 55 grain ballistic tip bullets are what I prefer. I just want something that's incredibly frangible, that's going to break up very quickly.
Time to swap from the camera to the Helion 2, which David is finding a useful filming device. There are many modes. One is image boost. The rabbits look even clearer. As Roy predicts, the foxes are soon inbound.
You got it. Wait for it to come a bit. You want it, David?
Roy drops one, the other is off. "20 minutes later and we have another. Then another 20 minutes, it's another.
That was actually quite a comfortable little time laying with David there. Yeah, it's not bad, was it? The duvet certainly helped up there. So no, we managed to get 3, and we know there's at least another 2. Right on last knockings, just before we were about to pack up, it looked like an adult came through just along the fence line, and I couldn't get a shot because it was just the other side of the chain link, and it just wasn't worth risking pinging around off of that. and not hitting the fox squarely and losing it. So it'll be another night sitting out for that one and the other one. So again, that was the first one that came under the fence right next to the bait pile. I was hoping that may have been the vixen, but it's not. It's one of the cubs. And we did have a cub come in very early on, but I left it because I was hoping to get the vixen first. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I've been lucky on that one.
So would they be part of the same family?
Yeah. No, that's all from the same litter. As I say, that is a real shame. I was hoping that we would have accounted for at least one of the adults there, but alas, it is not to be. So yeah, that makes life a lot more difficult, because obviously, yeah, this time of year, if you shoot the adult, even if you don't get all of the cubs, then you're not leaving any cubs that are orphaned, because they're plenty big enough and old enough and ugly enough to look after themselves. I say ugly enough, they're not ugly at all, are they? They're absolutely stunning. The last thing I would want to see is the end of foxes as the last fox, because I just think they are a fantastic creature. I mean, wonderful little predator. The problem is, people say, yeah, leave nature to it, leave nature to balance out. Unfortunately, that's never going to happen now in this country, because when you look at animals like foxes, they have found themselves to be, at the top of the pyramid. They've formed into an apex predator, whereas in reality, they're not meant to be there. There should be a lot of larger predators out there that would keep them in check. I've got friends in Serbia where they've got a lot of jackals, and if it was in a natural balance, you just wouldn't have these huge populations of foxes, because it is an unnatural balance. Then in turn, again, the population builds to a point where it's unsustainable for the other wildlife around it.
It's been a successful evening, but Roy knows he's still got more evenings lying on his roof, probably on his own.